the near Nuff Crawdad. Grab a hook from the packet. Here, a U-Series 103 in size 4. Mash the barb with flat-jawed pliers. Then load a bobbin of rusty brown uni thread in 6/0. Start your hook in your vise and take wraps of thread from the eye, securing the tag. Then go ahead and cut the tag end of thread off. Create a nice little thread base right behind the eye, about a centimeter in length. Grab a medium dumbbell eye. Place the dumbbell eye about a hook's eye behind the hook eye. Start taking cross wraps of thread to secure the eye down. Then take figure wraps, one over the eye, and then under the hook shank, and then one over the other eye, repeating to secure it permanently in place. Then take some wraps over the hook shank but under the eye to really lock those in place. Then go ahead and cover the hook shank and thread to create a nice thread base. Go to a zonker strip, here a Magnum Crawdad orange. Pull out and separate a clump of about 1 inch of fibers free from the rest of the hide. Go ahead and cut them close. No need to cut the butts all square. With the tips facing towards the bend of the hook, measure a length of fibers about a half hook shank in length. This should extend past the hook bend. Go ahead and secure that to the hook with thread wraps, wrapping it all around the hook shank to create a nice even body. Then grab a section of crystal flash and fold it over. Then once you fold it in half again over your thread. Tie it right on top of the hook, and then with your 2 fingers, separate 2 strands to the far side and 2 strands to the near side, and wrap down towards the clump of rabbit fur. Measure it 2 times the hook shank in length and cut that measurement off. Then go to some orange and gold flake crazy legs. Select one piece from the hank and fold it over your thread. Use the same process as you did for the crystal flash and bring it up to the rabbit fur. Cut it to the length of the crystal flash. Then go to some Uniflex here in black. Unravel it 3 times and cut that measurement off. Then again, fold it over your thread and bring it on top of the hook. And again, separate 1 to one side and 1 to the far side. And then go ahead and cut it off square with the rest of the materials. Then go ahead and go to a darker contrasting color, here in a darker orange, barred black. Use the same process, but this time, still put them to either side, but cut them half the length of the others. This will represent the pair of antennae that are smaller on the crayfish. Go to some SLF dubbing, here in Crawdad orange. Make a small dubby noodle, about maybe 1 inch in length. Bring it up to the hook. Then go ahead and create a nice little bulbous spot. This will help prop the eyes off. Prop the eyes up. And go ahead and select 2 monofilament eyes. With one pointing to the far side of the hook, tie it in. The eye should be sticking out about a hook gap in length. The curvature should be pointing up towards the hook point. Go ahead and secure that on the far side, and then do the same to the near side. Once they're secure, go ahead and cut the butts of the mono off. Then build a slightly bigger dubby noodle on your thread, here with about 1 inch pinch of dub. It should create about a 2 inch dubby noodle. Create a little small thorax for the fly. This will help splay the claws. Then grab 2 identical feathers of chickaboo. Place their tips, touching one another, and then pick out a portion of feather that's about a hook shank in length. And with that measurement, strip off the fuzzies that are not in that hook shank region, and then cut the rest off. Then go ahead and grab the tips again and pull down some fibers away. Go ahead and cut that little bit off. This will represent the pincher portion of the claw. There will now be a little indent in the claw. Then go ahead and take one claw, and with the concave side facing to the above the hook up. Go ahead and tie it on the far side, splaying it out at about a 45-degree angle. And then do the same to the near side. The stems should be conflicting each other, making an X on the hook shank. Once it's secure, go ahead and cut the stems off free. Now, go to the end or one of the sides of the chicken boot felt and pick a fairly large fiber. But this time, strip off most of the fuzz, but still leave a little bit of left. This will help create a collar of the fly. Now, separate the tip and tie the hackle down with the shiny side facing up. Press it right up against the claws and the thorax. Then again, build now the largest clump of this fly, which should be about 5 to 6 inches in length. I like to make these a little bit bulkier. Now wrap down to where you reach the dumbbell eyes, and then take cross wraps of thread with the dubbing to cover any exposed thread wraps, and then leave your thread right behind the dumbbell eyes. Now, with the hackle, start making open spiral wraps up the body towards the dumbbell eyes. Go until you run out of feathers and then tie the bare stem off close. You should get about 6 to 8 wraps. Once the stem is secure, go ahead and cut it off. Add just a little bit more dubbing, creating the slender dubbing noodle. Push it up and then this helps just jump your thread up to right behind the eye. Now, go back to your rabbit fur and cut another identical section off, about 1 inch in length. Now cut the butts off clean. Now extend the tips to where they're just touching the hackle fibers and tie that down with the butts extending past the eye. Then go ahead and push all of it back, creating a nice little bullet head sort of thingy. Then go ahead and whip finish your fly. And then that's it. That's the fly.